Welcome, everyone, to our podcast. Today's podcast is the Halloween edition. Well, I mean, because, it's Halloween soon. If you don't know that, fucking get out of your cave. Today's host is me. And that's what you want to see, me. It's all me. I will be choosing the questions. I'm going to be asking them. I'm going to be running this shit. You know what I mean? That's right. That's fucking right. Before we begin, if the two ugly guests want to introduce themselves, we can start off with the bottom one, Seven Thugs. Who are you? Nice to meet you.
What it do? Seven Thugs.
Yeah, he's quite nervous. It's his first time doing it. And the next one is, well, introduce yourself.
My name's Manfish Blow.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. As you can see, we picked the right people for this podcast. We're ready for this. We're gonna do this podcast a bit like orientated around Halloween because it's a big thing. So the first thing I'm actually curious about asking everyone is like, all right, firstly, like, did you do Halloween when you were younger? Oh, I mean, Sid still does it, but like, did you guys do it when you were younger? When did you start? And like, did you have like any traditions and shit? Like, what was your vibe for it? Like, what did you do? So Blowfish, what about yourself? In your time, like 30 years ago, when you started Halloween, how was it?
Back in my day, there was no such thing as pumpkins. But seriously, let's see. Honestly speaking, yeah, it was the typical, as a kid, you would just dress up, go door to door for some, Halloween candy, and then that was it for me, right? But nowadays, as an adult or as an old dude, I just want candy. Fuck these kids, as Michael Jordan would say. But at the end of the day, I guess the only traditions that I would do is that. But I do have like one funny story that happened to me as a kid, right? So.
Yeah.
I think I was around like 8 years old, which was like in the 60s. And I was begging my parents. To get me a werewolf costume, like the most realistic werewolf costume they could ever get their hands on, right?
Yeah, werewolf costume.
Werewolf, yeah. I had I liked werewolves, right? I still kind of do. I think they're really cool monsters. Yeah, right. That little reference. I see you. But so 2 days before Halloween, they're like, okay, so. We didn't get you a werewolf costume. I was like, I was so sad. I was so heartbroken. I was a little shit. I'm not gonna lie. And they got me a fucking bulldog like a bulldog onesie for kids. You know what I mean?
A what?
I was like,
a bulldog
onesie. Yeah, a onesie.
A dog.
A bulldog onesie. Yeah, it's a dog, right?
Oh.
So, I was just like, I wasn't like the happiest, and I'm like, oh, this sucks. You know what I mean? So, but the thing is,
that's pretty shit. I can't lie.
I know. The thing is, the next day I go to class. All the girls loved that fucking costume. They're like, oh my god, Steve is so cute in that costume. And I'm like, really? It's like, yeah, we love it. Even the teachers love it. They're like, yeah, it's a really cute costume. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I guess that's where my dating sim origin started. And it's funny. Like, I literally got so much candy for it. Like, all the girls would give me their candy. So I was like, okay, I need to wear this shit more often.
Code word for the female organ? Is
Maybe.
that what you're
That's
trying to say,
disgusting.
Blowfish?
That's disgusting.
Maybe. But anyway,
disgusting.
so the same night, I was gonna go trick or treating with my mom and dad, right? And back in my old neighborhood, which was way more ghetto than my current one, there was actually this house that was really well done. Looking at it, like it legitimately looked like a haunted house. The guys would legitimately scare all these kids that would like try to get candy, and like it was like terrifying. Like they'd pop out of the back and like chase you. They'd jump off the roof and shit. The roof wasn't that high off the ground, right? It was crazy, right? As a kid, I was fucking terrified. And it was funny because like I'm like my mom and dad were like, don't you want to like confront, like you told me you wanted to face your fears and go there one day, right? I didn't say that. As a stupid kid, I did say that. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get candy from there one day. And I'm like, the moment I get there, I'm like frozen shocked. I'm like, and my mom and dad's like, got this, you're 8, come on, you're a big boy now. And I'm like, no. It's like, no, go, they're not gonna hurt you, you know what I mean? And I was like walking up slowly, and there one of the guys was dressed up as like a devil, and he's just like, bah! And I'm like, I jumped. And like, when you nervous fart or like get scared and you fart, I did that.
That's disgusting. But
I did that, and like they laughed and they gave me the candy, but then that fart lasted a lot longer than I thought, and I realized I kind of pooped myself.
You shot yourself.
Because I was so scared.
God.
I shat myself.
I thought that was like a joke.
Oh
You know when
my
people say,
God.
"Are you shit?" I literally thought it was a joke. I didn't know it was real.
I was scared. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a big turd per se. It wasn't like a huge turd. It was just like a turd. You know what I mean?
I thought
I
that
didn't
was
have
like
like.
a meme this whole time. I never thought
Yeah.
it was legit.
Then,
You scare yourself.
Right after that, like I had to just like right after that, like we went home. I changed my underwear and we went back to fucking getting candy again because that was like literally the beginning of the night. I didn't want it to end that way. And yeah, that was like one of the funniest stories I had as a Halloween as a kid for Halloween. You know, all the ladies loved that dog costume. Apparently, even the teachers, you know, like they loved it. They gave me all their candy.
You know
And
what? You're
yeah,
lucky you fit in a costume because what I had my whole life being
oh
no
god,
for real.
now
No,
I'm
this
curious
is
about
true.
you. I'm curious
This
about
is
you.
really fucking true. Like growing up, I've always been
That's
like
fucking
tall.
sad.
I was very tall, right? And I was extremely fat. Like at the age of 10, I was 10 stone, which is like 80 kg. And like
Yeah.
What?
yeah,
That's
I
crazy.
was very fat. So I never a costume never fucking fit me. So I was tall, and my size was a bit bigger. So like it never fit. So like you know how you know how peak life was. You guys don't get this, right? My costumes
life
had to
indeed.
be peak like shit. My life had to be wearing a black hoodie, right, and wearing a mask. Do you know how much I've been through? Because I couldn't fit in the fucking kids'
Well,
costumes.
hold on. What were you wearing
Yeah,
actually? Now
what
I'm
were you
curious.
going as?
Like
Like
you said,
whatever the fucking mask I found. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't
You know-
get a costume. I had to get the mask. You know the ones adults wear
Oh,
at the
okay,
age
yeah,
of like
yeah,
10.
yeah.
I'd wear that and then wear a black hoodie on top to blend in.
You know,
Hmm.
my only Halloween party I've been to, me and my friend, we couldn't be asked to dress up, so we went with a black hoodie, black jeans, black shoes, and then they were like, "Oh, what are you guys supposed to be?" We're like shadows.
How old were you?
Oh,
13.
13. No, I've never
Okay.
been to a Halloween party, by the way. Wow, man, I've been to a lot, huh? Not even invited. Maybe I wasn't the cool kid, but yeah, at least. But
I've been
you
to a
had the
Halloween party,
option,
it's fun.
Sid. You through your own free will decided I'm not gonna wear a costume because you were very petite
No,
as a
but
kid. I remember the
it's
pictures. You were like this big, so you
Wait,
must have.
hold on. This is how far this goes back. You two were actual like childhood friends? Seriously speaking,
No, I
or
never met.
you just know?
No,
Oh, you never met this fucking guy.
Uh,
I actually thought it went that far back. I'm like, oh shit, okay.
we met in college, so we were both like what 16.
16, yeah, 16
Yeah.
when we met, yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, like at least you had the choice.
I was like one of the cool kids in college, and Hash was one of the people that hangs around in the corner.
Yeah, and
like,
my
by
corner was
himself.
nice.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Yeah,
No,
I can see
by
that.
itself because he stunk. No one wanted to be around. So
Shit.
basically, what happened
Get
was
roasted.
the place where we used to all hang out with would all be sat together, and Hash would be in the corner, and we talk to him through like a megaphone because we just
we
didn't
don't
want
want
to
a
get
good
close to him.
name. Yeah, fucking dickhead, yeah. But you know Halloween traditions, like you see, at least you did it. I used to get told as a Muslim that Halloween is the devil's work.
Yeah.
Wait, actually?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
I
Now
heard
my
that
parents
too.
let
I
me
heard
do
that
it,
too.
right? My parents let me do it, but all my cousins used to like try and tell my mum, yeah, don't let Hash do Halloween because he's basically doing satanic rituals and shit. Like him, yeah, for real. They're like, it's the devil's work. If you fucking celebrate Halloween, you are directly joining Satan and going against God. That's
Well,
what
shit.
it say to me.
You in hell then, in my opinion.
It's so funny because I relate to that as well. For the longest time, I was scared of Halloween, like just
Really?
because I wouldn't, just because I heard stuff similar to what Hash is saying, where my parents would be
Really?
like, "Yes,
Dang, you guys are scared. I wanted to fucking get
No, but no.
candy.
My
That's all I
my
wanted.
cousin said that we still did trick or treating every year. My parents
Oh,
don't
I-
believe that.
I didn't
You
because
didn't. Wow, Sid. Damn.
my parents scared the shit out of me, right? I remember it was in Hong Kong, right? It's engraved in my head because I'm just fucking scarred for life. But I remember we were in Hong Kong. We were on a bus, like we were getting onto a bus, and there was a bunch of people that were, like just going around dressed up in like costumes and such, scaring people. And I remember one of them scared me. They jumped at me. They scared me. I was about like what, like 6, 7,
Mm,
right?
Yeah.
They scared me, and the whole time on the bus ride back, I was just thinking about them, right? I was thinking about them, and fucking my parents were like, "Yeah, did you know, like little kids like you, they get chosen by like the devil, and like if that kind of stuff happens, if you're naughty in Halloween, they'll come back and get you." I was like,
Wow.
"What the fuck?"
They really went in
only
deep.
child as well. You know what I mean?
They went hard on it, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And until I was 11 years old, on every night of Halloween, I never slept. Genuinely, I never
Are you
slept.
serious?
Wow.
Holy shit.
No,
It was that bad?
because
Deep.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
yeah. That
That's
is some
actually serious.
psychological abuse right there. Sid was impacted. Shit.
Man,
No,
Sid,
I,
fuck.
I genuinely did not sleep during Halloween because I was like, someone's gonna fucking come knocking at my door, or like this is gonna happen, that is gonna happen.
That's like the peak bit of being an only child, though, because like if they said that to me, I got like older siblings who would be like, "You're stupid as fuck, Cash."
Yeah,
Don't
actually
listen
though,
to dumb
like
shit. Don't listen to
it was
dumb
so
shit.
funny. Like something similar that like it's for Halloween though, Hash. Like I remember one time, I still believed in Santa when I was until like 5th grade. And Backsmash was like, "You're a fucking dumbass. Santa is literally mom and dad getting you gifts. You
Now
know
that's
that,
dumb,
right?"
though. I can't defend you there,
You
man.
guys
Like,
celebrate Christmas.
I was like,
dude? Like, what is this?
I know
even Backsmash
we
straight up just said
celebrate
that.
For
Christmas.
God's sake.
We
I was
celebrate
just like-
Christmas. Although all the Muslims get together, the freshies are like, "You shouldn't do it. You're not Christian." Fucking ugh. But like, yeah, we do it. But we don't. I wouldn't say we do it for the religious purpose, like the.
We just do it for giving gifts.
Yeah, it's so much fun, and the food, and Secret Santa and shit. Fucking love it, man. That
Secret
shit
Santa.
is so much fun.
It is.
Every year, Sid, you know what? You missed out. Remember that. You missed out.
Yeah,
bro.
I
It
know.
sucks for you.
Yeah.
100%. All I do for Christmas is go church now.
That is
My
peak,
God.
man. I can't even. I'm not even gonna be fake. That's sad, bro. I feel bad. But you know what? It happens, man.
Don't celebrate Easter. Don't celebrate
No, don't
Easter,
celebrate
yeah.
anything, bro.
Christmas.
Just
I
be a
don't
normal ass
celebrate
human.
fucking Halloween. The only thing we probably celebrate is like the fucking New Year's, man. It's just like my parents goes Happy New Year's, Sid, and I'll go, "Thank you, Happy New Year's, Mom, Dad," and they go, "Okay, I'll go to sleep. Why the fuck are you still up?" And that's about it. That's the only thing that we celebrate.
I would feel
It's
bad for
fucking
you,
sad.
but if I had you as my kid, I'd do the same. So one more thing I want to ask everyone is, since it's like what I mean, like fears and Halloween and shit, are you guys scared of something? Like seriously, do you have fears or something? Like you can say phobias, you can say fears. Like for example, for myself, until I was about 14, I was 13.
Wait, you're
14.
saying you're not 14?
No, I'm 21.
He's
Oh,
40.
Until I
I'm
was like,
40. I'm 40.
14.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's true. He's right. But until I was about 14, I was scared of the dark. I was fucking petrified. Like,
Okay. Actually, no. Like, seriously? Oh
no,
shit.
you don't understand. Like,
No, I get it. I get it as well.
look at this
man,
little
but
shit in the white hoodie laughing.
this guy's just laughing at it.
That's it.
I was petrified.
Must have been hard for you, Ash. Being scared of the dark when you're
It's
40
fucking
years
shit.
old.
Yeah, it was terrible, bro.
Must have been hard.
Yeah, man. Honestly, but I was terrified.
Guy's still
I couldn't sleep on my own until I was about 14.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I was a little bitch. Straight up, man. Little bitch. But you know what's crazy? You know how I overcame my fear? I did it very freshy style. You know those styles like when parents teach their kids how to swim, they just pick them up and throw them in the water?
So basically how
I did one of those vibes.
Jump
Went
to the deep
alone
end.
into a jungle, yeah. Went alone into a jungle at the age of 14 at nighttime. So like 11 p.m. And it worked. It worked. I got over my fear like a fucking legend. That's right.
Okay, I have a question for you. Which jungle did you go to?
It was like a forest. It was like a forest near
it's
where I
probably-
lived. Yeah.
No, it's probably a freaking park, dude.
No, I swear.
Yeah, it's probably. I
There's
think it's
no
a park.
way.
I
Come
swear.
on.
I
There's no
swear.
forest. There's
Bro,
no
where I
forest near
live,
where
there
you
is forest.
Ash.
No, there
there's
is.
not.
It's called Roe Hill Copse. You can Google.
Why you?
I went into that forest at
You just
nighttime.
knocked yourself?
He dogs himself.
Fuck it,
okay.
fuck it. I went into this forest at nighttime, and I was so scared. But you know what I mean? I'm brave, guys. You know what I mean? We overcome, we adapt. You know what I mean? I fucking got through. I was like, this is nothing. You know what I mean? I felt like Batman. I was enjoying the dark. You know what I mean? The darkness was my friend.
So this is coming from the same guy who doesn't play horror games.
Guys, this guy's
Because
talking
horror games is
so
a form
much
of
shit.
BDSM, and I don't care what anyone says. Prove me wrong.
How?
Wait,
If you
but
play
how?
horror games, no, I'm serious. This is a serious topic. If you play horror games
Uh-huh.
and you enjoy them, you're into bondage, dominance, sadism, and masochism. I don't care what you say. You're gaining pleasure through fucked up shit, right? You're getting scared. You're petrified, and you're like, yeah, I like this. Continue. I want to play the next game. If you've beaten the game Outlast or some shit, you're into that stuff.
I beat it on hard.
Yeah, there you go. You're into
Did
BDSM.
you?
Like actually speaking, I did beat it on hard mode.
See, that's crazy. I don't know why you like. There's pleasure for some people, and that's
Do you also like getting slapped in the ass where you're having,
Are you talking to me or Ash?
Yeah, you. Yeah.
Me?
'Cause
Oh, I mean,
Hash is saying if that's
I mean,
intervening.
shit. I was like, I mean, yeah, why not?
Exactly. I
Yeah,
told
why not? You know
you.
what I mean?
I'm
I mean, I
fucking
let my free,
smart.
bro. I let my free card fly here and there. Hell yeah, you know what I mean? Hell yeah,
Exactly.
hell yeah.
Thank you for being
Well, I
honest,
mean,
and we
Hash's
appreciate
hypothesis
it.
is technically correct until now. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
I,
never wrong. But
I'm not.
okay, do you guys have fears and shit? Like seriously, like do you, genuine fears like where you're like, oh, ooh, you know what I mean? Like, oof, you know what I mean?
Honestly speaking, so back to going to your fear of the dark until you were like what 14, you said. Um, so my thing is not necessarily the dark, but like say I want to go, get a glass of water, go to the washroom, that kind of thing. While it's like nighttime, I'm scared of those moments where it's
Like
just like
you're
you
a
hear
coward.
where you hear a random noise and you're like, the fuck, you know what I mean? So I would always like double check if the door is locked and all that, and I'm like, yeah, I get scared of that kind of shit. Like, is there someone in this house that I don't know about, right? That's more of like my fear in a way. Other than that, like, not too scared of the dark. I think the dark's pretty chill for the most part. The dark's pretty chill.
So what you're
So do
scared
you
of
have?
is like,
Yeah.
It's like
What?
in case like someone breaks into the house while it's like nighttime and I want to go take a piss or get a drink of water or something in the dark. So it's like one of those. It's like, yeah, basically
Okay.
thinking
Okay.
like, is
No, no.
someone in the fucking house? You know what I mean?
I
That kind of
understand what
thing.
you're talking
So
about.
I guess it's
Yeah.
more like paranoia in a way than fear
hmm
for me.
hmm
my house has been robbed before.
Actually,
So I kind of
Yeah.
want my
So's
house.
mine.
Yeah, my house has been robbed, and I wasn't in the house. I was nowhere near the vicinity. I was miles away. Right.
Mhm.
I low key want to be robbed again, just to see like
Why
if I
so?
was there, how I'd react. Do you know when you play the scenarios in your
Mhm.
head? I've always wondered like, what would happen
Are
if
you?
I was
Yeah.
robbed? Like, what would I do?
You
Would I
kind of want that
hide?
fight or flight kind of thing, right?
I feel like I'd lock myself in the room and just stay there.
so flight. Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'd just be like, oh, that's scary. If they had weapons, I'd first analyze the situation. So I'd try and look right. Because obviously I have the advantage. I know what the house looks like. So I'm going to take my advantage from the stairs and then run as soon as I hear they've got weapons in it. I'm not fucking with. If they got crowbar, I'm not fucking with the crowbar. There's just no. And there's 5 of them. Like, I'm not stupid. This isn't a hero moment. This is a I'm going to get beaten up and killed moment. I'm gone. Like, I'm out of it in seconds. I can't believe you got robbed as well, Sid.
How you gonna leave that? How you gonna run away?
I'm gonna lock myself in the room.
Oh, you're gonna
You
lock
know when
yourself
you
in the room.
sit in
But
front of a door?
if they got no, okay, so say they got crowbars and they got hammers and stuff, they're gonna break the door.
Yeah,
That's
but
a
999, innit? The police
point.
would be down by that point.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold my own for like 5 minutes, hopefully trusting the police to be down in 5 minutes. And fuck them up, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, fair.
But if it was one person and they didn't have a weapon, oof. I'm still assessing the situation to seeing how big they are. And if they are in controllable size, I'm down there. If they're not, I'm running.
Controllable
fair.
size. That's fair enough. I
Sid,
mean,
do you have a fit?
Yeah, I'm curious about you.
I do have a fear. I mean, I'm scared of snakes. I don't like them.
That's
I think
weak,
the
bro.
slimy
That's weak.
fucks.
Wait, actually though?
That's
Oh.
pathetic, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I hate snakes.
Like I'm
But that's
saying.
because I nearly fucking died to a snake when I was younger. I've told this story before.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was like when I was younger, basically in Nepal. I went to go close the gate, my back gate, and then turns out there was a snake wrapped around my leg,
Oh
like
shit.
coiled up. My
Say that bit
sneezes.
again. Say that bit again.
I said, basically when I was younger and when I was in Nepal, snake was wrapped around my leg when I hadn't noticed, and like it was a very traumatic and frightening moment. And
How
ever
big
since
was
then,
the
I
snake? I
hate
bet it
snakes.
was like this big, like little
I
centipedes
was
and
like
stuff.
I was like 5, bro.
Oh, you're
It was,
5.
it's
Okay.
a cobra.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Okay.
really? You could have
That's
died?
serious.
No.
That's serious. That's
Genuine,
serious. Like
genuine,
actually,
genuine.
like
Damn, Sid, you could have died, bro, from a young age.
no, like actually speaking, like cobras are
Yeah, like
scary.
I was literally like 5 years old.
Yeah.
Like genuinely, I was 5 years old. So I mean, ever since then, like it's just been a frightening experience. So after that, I
Fair.
just hate snakes. You know when Trinity used to always say, "Oh, look at my snake, look at that." I was like,
Yeah, I
I'd
have
rather
rats.
not. I was like, I'd rather not, but I guess they're cute. Like, what can you say? Someone has a pet snake, and you just say, "Nah, they're ugly."
So do you still remember it? Because I don't
I
remember
remember it
anything at the age of 5. So do you
so. I remember it so
fucked.
clearly. There's certain parts of like my memories that I remember like it was yesterday of when I was younger, right? And then that's just one of the things. That's just one of the things that I was scared of. Yeah,
Nah,
I'm scared
yeah.
of
I don't
things.
fuck with cobras, in my opinion. They're actually
I don't fuck
terrifying.
with snakes, dude. You can have
Oh,
like the tiny little one, and I just
really? Those are chill. Well, I work in a
disgusting.
pet
Yeah.
shop and they sell snakes, so I'm probably used to it for that reason. Like the snake lady's just like, "Oh, did you want to pet one of the snakes?" I'm like, "Sure," and I'm like, "Okay." A lot of them are chill.
You know, some people have like those big snakes as pets. I don't. That's okay.
Ooh.
That's another form of I want to kill myself
BDSM.
BDSM. Yeah, that is a form of BDSM. Let me explain
So
myself why.
basically, Orochimaru.
Yeah, but it's a
Yeah,
form
I
of
mean
BDSM.
Orochimaru. Yeah,
I mean, I
Orochimaru
wouldn't be
would be down for
surprised if
that.
Orochimaru was into that. To be honest, he seems like the type. If I'm gonna be real here.
Oh, you know what? You know what?
What's up?
In Nepal, near where I lived, there's this like this little like shed thing kind of thing, right? But it's got like reptiles, carcasses
Oh,
of reptiles inside, right?
What the
okay.
fuck?
And
Skeletons.
it's like an exhibition kind of thing,
Oh, okay.
right? So it's like things that died, right? And then they got the
Hmm.
carcasses of it, like the body remains of it, right?
So they have
But
like, is
basically,
it like taxidermy, Sid? Like they just have the
yeah,
body on display. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Cool.
And it's like in thingies. So apparently it used to be open, but it's not open at the moment. And my mum was like, "Oh, if you look through the window, you can see some of them." But then it was like a little bit taller than me, so I couldn't see. And I was jumping to look through the window, right? This is when I
Hmm.
last went to Nepal. So I was like 19, 18, 19, right?
Okay.
I was jumping, and the entire room, right, on the back wall of the entire room was this massive fucking snake.
Oof.
Jesus.
I'm
Fuck that, yeah.
massive. Like I'm not talking about like just massive as massive. I'm saying like if my room right now, right, if you laid it across, it wouldn't fit. It was a massive fucking
Jesus.
snake, and then it's just like
Jeez.
looking at me, and I literally shit myself that day.
Apparently.
So like what happened to me?
Again,
Yeah.
not actually, but like I was like, what the fuck?
Oh man. So speaking
Apparently.
of,
Oh, I know. You go first. You go first.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna, because we're in the Discord, right? So speaking of
Mhm.
snakes, guys, I have a picture of myself toying with a huge like ball python right here. If you want to check the Discord,
Shit.
this is 2016.
But you know one thing though, apparently,
Anyway, keep
right?
going.
With
Why do you
snakes.
look like a rapper?
I don't know. I just did.
The
Okay.
snapback and stuff like this. You're like album
This was
CDs
at
like
an
that.
anime convention, by the way, which is funny. And they're like,
That's
"Hey,
so funny.
I don't know if I don't know how far back your wrestling knowledge goes, but like this is one of the snakes that Jake the Snake Roberts like
I do
used
know who
in
that
wrestling.
is. I do know who
Yeah,
that is.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
that's
sure.
yeah.
one of the snakes that he used, and I'm like, "Oh, really?" They're like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, that's pretty sick that it's still alive." You know what I mean? I thought it would be dead by then because he was like the
Mhm.
80s, 90s, right?
But did you guys know? If a snake is ever chasing you, you never run in a straight line.
You got yeah,
You do
Yeah, you
this
have
shit
to.
because snakes are stupid as fuck. They're
Are they?
stupid.
Wait, what?
They're stupid because when you do this shit, they fucking imitate it. And I don't mean literally like doing quick little like I mean like running 3 meters that way, 3 meters that way, 3 meters that way, because they're very slow at doing their turns. But
Yeah,
straight up, they're quick as fuck. They're like
Are you sure?
hippos.
they are
Are you
fast,
sure
dude.
there's snakes? I thought that was for crocodiles. You don't want to run in the same direction
I
as
wouldn't want to fuck with
crocodiles.
crocodiles either, bro.
No, because
In my opinion.
crocodiles. I swear, crocodiles is the ones you have to go like left and right because they can't really go sideways.
Well, I feel like my animal knowledge is the best in the world, to be honest with you. So I can't
This
I
imagine
thought
doing
I couldn't
something
tell the
wrong.
difference between a goat and a human.
wait. I mean,
Sorry, I'm still laughing at that really hard. Yo, okay, so speaking of actual crocodiles, I remember a while back when I took a family trip to Florida
Mhm.
and we visited basically a zoo, and there's a little like show for the crocodiles, right? And this
Mhm.
dude was like, I had so much anxiety for this guy as a kid because he was fucking with the crocodile, right? Like the crocodile hunter, I guess is what I'll call him. And like he's just like, all right, guys, so here's my final trick with this crocodile, and everyone's just here. He's like, did you want to see? We're like, yeah, and all that, right?
Mhm.
And he's like, so the crocodile's mouth is wide open, and he's just like, all right, guys, seriously speaking, if this does not go well, call the ambulance, call like everyone, okay?
Mhm.
And we're like, okay, because like he taught us that like crocodiles only chomp down on your mouth if you touch the roof of their mouth, right, like on the
Mhm.
inside. And he like did that with like a stick, and we're like, oh shit, right? So he was right.
Mhm.
He's like, all right, here's my final trick, guys. Puts his head inside the crocodile's mouth. And as a kid, I was just like, yo, what the fuck,
You're gonna
bro?
fucking die. Yeah.
And he was like in there for like a whole minute. It's like counting to a minute, guys. And he was like just chilling. We're like, and he took it out. And we're like, yeah. We're like,
Yeah, but
yo, what if that like shit chomped down on him if he moved like an inch? You know what I mean? He would have been
The
fucked.
thing about crocodiles is
That thing that
crocodiles,
scared me watching it
like,
as a kid.
even domestic like zoo crocodiles and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
They're not really tamed. Like,
That's
you
the
know,
thing,
like,
right?
you always see like big cats, like tigers and lions
Lions
and
and
shit
all
like
that,
that,
yeah.
right? In the zoo, in the sanctuary, and you see that like the domesticated. But with crocodiles, like they're just fucking. If they're just bored, they're bored. They just fucking eat your shit.
Yeah, because it's a fucking crocodile, man. Why would you do that?
Mm.
Like
That was crazy. Like I had so much anxiety watching that guy because I was so worried for him. But then he was
Yeah,
fine. I'm like,
Imagine you would have
saying,
witnessed the
man.
fucking
Was he
death
white?
right in front of you.
yes,
Was he white?
Of course.
yeah,
course
we were
he
in
was
Florida.
fucking white.
We were in Florida, so
It's
that's the
Florida.
thing.
Okay,
No one
that
we were in
makes sense.
Florida.
That makes sense. No,
Mhm.
listen. That makes sense. It's
Yeah, we
fucking
were in Florida.
dude.
Yeah,
It's Florida. People have pet crocodiles and fucking gators for fun.
Yeah,
in
but like
Florida.
you're not gonna put
actually.
your head into it. That shit's crazy.
I was
You'll
so
be
scared for
surprised.
him. Like actually speaking, I was like, Jesus Christ.
Literally, Florida is known as like the crackhead state
Yep.
of fucking
100%.
United States. They
All the
literally-
Florida
they-
man memes.
I don't know.
They go
that's
they
scary,
go
that's
chase
psychotic.
fucking wild crocodiles for fun.
And I
That's not
remember, wait,
normal, man.
Sid, I was gonna say you watched fucking Cash Nasty. Like I remember he went to Florida and he was like getting taught how to like hunt down crocodiles. He was so scared. I'm like, I wouldn't blame him, man.
Who
Crocodiles are
wouldn't be,
scary.
man. Who wouldn't
Yeah.
be?
Okay,
That's the
since we're talking about like crocodiles and shit, I'm gonna ask you guys a few like survival questions.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's say you were against like your stereotypical horror villains. So you know,
Okay.
like your who's that motherfucker with the hockey mask? What's his name? Forgot his name.
Jason Voorhees or
That's
just
it, yeah.
Jason. Yeah.
And then
Jason,
who's that?
yeah.
Who's that? What's that Freddy Krueger motherfucker? That what's he got on
You,
it?
yeah.
Fair.
He's basically he only appears in your dreams.
That's he's useless then.
Freddy
so,
Krueger, motherfucker. Isn't that just Freddy Krueger?
Yeah, and like, what about the fucking little toy doll shit? That shit running around Chucky.
Chucky.
Chucky?
Yeah.
Oh, Chucky.
Like, if you guys were to like survive, like you had to survive a night with one of these like villains, who would you pick?
I was gonna say, like, is it just those three villains that we have a choice from,
Any
Crash, or
villain
like
of your
any?
choice. But
Any?
a horror
Okay.
movie villain, like who would you pick?
Ooh. If I were to survive a whole damn night,
Yeah.
I'd probably go for Freddy. Just because, like, he can only really get you while you're asleep, right? So I'm just gonna have to go crazy and try to pull an all-nighter. You know
Okay,
what I
yeah,
mean?
that motherfucker doesn't count then, because I didn't know it was a little sleep dream fucking real
He
life
is.
at least. Real
Okay,
life
fine.
one, like,
Probably Jason. You
what?
just have to avoid him. You just have to avoid him.
Crazy.
He's fast, but like, you know, there's ways around him. You just gotta hide. And I would pick
Are you
Jason,
fucking
honestly speaking.
crazy?
Avoid water as well,
No
because
way.
if you're near any sort of fucking water, he'll like pop up. Because like his whole thing is like, as a kid he drowned, and like water is essentially like his second home. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So like, avoid any water, avoid anything that looks like a hockey mask. Just run the fuck away when you see him. And yeah, I would pick Jason, honestly speaking. Maybe even or Michael Myers, which is the Halloween villain.
What
'Cause
the
he's-
fuck? Why are
why-
you picking the most
why-
advanced villains ever, man?
Why wouldn't you?
No,
yeah,
they're
why
not that
wouldn't you just-
advanced.
Why wouldn't you just pick like Annabelle or Chucky, bro? Like just
Chucky,
fucking
yeah,
kick
kick
the
the
shit
little
out of
shit,
him.
yeah.
What
I
are
don't
they
Sid is
know.
smart. Sid is smart.
I feel like I don't know.
Yeah,
like
what are they
with,
gonna
with,
do?
with dolls, I can't exactly take them seriously. So I'm like,
Like
those guys I can. That's the thing.
What
I
the
don't know.
fuck is Chucky gonna do to me? I'm gonna hold that
you can't take
motherfucker
them
like this.
seriously. That means this little doll is about to fucking kill you, and you're not gonna take them seriously.
Yeah, I'm gonna
They're
hold
running
Chucky
around with
like
a
ball.
this. Yeah.
You're
Chucky's
gonna hold,
try
yeah,
and
but then
knife
he'll
me.
stab you in the face. That's the thing. If you
No,
hold
no,
him
no,
like
but
that.
I have a whole tactic. Like,
Okay,
Chucky will
let me
try
hear this.
to. I will hold like a guitar, and he's gonna come try and knife me. I'm gonna hit him so the knife falls out of his hand.
I'm gonna hit him with a
You're gonna fucking soccer
like,
ball him.
One of them. Yeah.
Fucking
I'll
Lionel
do-
Messi.
I do a couple tricks in that as well, just to prove a point.
And then all night I'm just gonna hold the motherfucker by his arms. What's he gonna do? He won't be able to move. He'll be stuck.
No, because the one that you don't want to go with is fucking Michael Myers. No,
Really?
Yeah, because
I
he's
just
the
think you
advanced one. You know what I mean?
You just avoid
No.
him. It's like it might
no,
just avoid
no.
him.
But how are you just gonna avoid him? Because here's the thing, right? He doesn't even fucking run, and he's everywhere.
Yeah.
Eventually, you're gonna get tired.
That's fair.
Eventually,
You know what? Not
you're
Michael
gonna get
Myers.
tired. You
Jason
can't just
Voorhees. Then I
run.
was like, you know what? That's a
You
fair
can't-
point about Michael.
You can't run all night long. Like all night long, right? Even if your life depended on you, eventually you're gonna get tired, and Jason's just gonna pop out right in front of you.
And I don't know. I was
Yeah.
like, with survival, I feel like adrenaline's gonna kick in hard for me, right? So that'll
No,
last me, but we'll see.
But then this it's gonna last you. But do you really think you can keep running for 24 hours?
I'll run and hide. That's what I would think. You know what I mean? And then like,
And
okay, he's getting close.
But here's the thing: Michael Myers always just pops up.
That's
Oh, no, I'm
true.
talking about Jason. I was like,
Okay,
in
no,
this
no,
case,
no,
I'm talking
I
about
was
Jason.
I was talking about Michael Myers. That's what.
Yeah, I was like, wait, no, that's a fair point about Michael. Never mind, scratch that. I'm talking about Jason.
Jason's the
here.
one with the chainsaw.
No, that's Texas Chainsaw Man,
No.
or that's Leatherface. That's Leatherface.
the
I wouldn't
fuck?
want to fuck with. I wouldn't want to fuck with Leatherface.
Jason
in my
is
opinion.
with the hockey mask and like
Yeah,
fucking
he's the hockey
axe.
mask dude.
Yeah.
The Leatherface was actually a real person. That's the fucked up part. You know what I mean?
What?
Texas Chainsaw Mask. He actually existed. Yeah, like I'm not kidding.
Really?
Like yeah, he actually existed. Maybe not going by Leatherface, but like
I
way
didn't know
back
that.
when.
Yeah, I didn't know that shit. I thought, like, I didn't fuck this, man. Like, I couldn't. Like, honestly, like, none of them. I'm picking Chucky, and that's it. Safe option. Tie him down. Take
here's
his
the
knife
thing.
out of his hand. Can't do
So,
shit. He's a fucking.
I was
burn
about
the
to say-
motherfucker.
I was about to say because Sid brought up the point about Annabelle earlier, right? I wouldn't want to be I wouldn't want to go up against Annabelle because she'll always find a way, even if you kill her, right? So that would be annoying. to
She
deal
can
with for the
fly.
rest of your
Chucky
life.
can't fly.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Annabelle here. I was like, Chucky, fine, fair point. But Annabelle here, like, even if you destroy the doll body, there's gonna be another doll body she'll possess, and then you're just gonna get annoyed. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want to deal with that for the rest of my life, right?
True.
Whereas with Jason, I was like, okay, just try to survive this one night. If you get through it, you get through it. You know what I mean?
Have you guys ever then had like a paranormal activity or some shit?
Ooh.
Yes.
Well, not paranormal in the sense that it was evil, but like in a good way, if that makes sense. I don't know. You want to start first, Sid?
I've had
Yeah.
I've had multiple paranormal activities and such, but
No, I'm
one
curious
thing that's
about
very
this.
prominent about me is when I was in Hong Kong, when I was living in Hong Kong, I remember it was the day of fucking Halloween, right?
Mhm.
It was sorry, no, not the day. It was the night of Halloween, and my brothers was sorry, my cousin, right? He was like, "Hey, I know you're scared of Halloween, but you know, like you kind of have to like face your fears a little bit. You know, you kind of need to like, you know, just suck it up. It's not a real thing. You don't really have to worry too much about it. Right? Whatever,
Mhm.
whatever." So one day he told me to go out with his friends and let's go trick or treating or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And we did that for about 10 minutes or so. And
Okay.
he was like, "Hey, let's cut through this area. Let's cut through
Oh,
this area.
that never
because
ends
we're gonna
well.
get to a shortcut, right?"
Yeah.
That never ends well.
We were walking through the area. It was like it was next to a park. We were walking down the hill, and all of a sudden, my cousin and his friends run away. They disperse.
Oh,
I'm
what?
left stranded in a fucking graveyard.
Sorry, I took that in. Sorry about the delayed reaction, Sid. I just took that in. I'm like, oh shit.
No,
You know
no,
what
no,
I mean?
That's
You
good. That's
ended
good.
up in a
That's
graveyard. That's fucked up.
Yeah,
I
and
was
his cousin, the cousin and his friends just
the
ditched him. That's
shortcut-
fucked.
The shortcut that my cousin, my friends, and his friends were like taking me through was a fucking graveyard.
That's
And
fucked.
they literally dispersed and they ran away, right? And basically, during that moment, I don't know if that was just me, like because I was younger and I was paranoid, finding out where I was and shit. I felt like I saw this fucking shadowy figure following me through the thing, right? I saw this shadowy figure following me around the graveyard. I was fucking scared. I was running, looking for someone. And you know, like the very stereotypical like horror movies or like creepy moments when there's like a
Mhm.
black cat that's like, you know, just pops out in front of you.
The witch. The black cat.
No,
is
just
Black
the
Cat
witch.
and the
Yeah,
witch.
just
The
yeah,
black cat
yeah.
is the
Like,
witch.
That's
That's what I've
black
always
cat
yeah,
stuff,
yeah, the
yeah.
black cat is the witch, right? And basically, there was one moment when I got right in front of a fence. I
Mhm.
turned around, and there's a fucking black cat just staring at me. Just I was like, what the fuck? And it was like the very stereotypical horror movie type of shit.
Oh
And
shit.
that is one moment, which is why I used to hate Halloween, by the way. Also,
Damn, Sid,
Oh,
you've
sorry.
had some tough times in
Yeah,
Halloween.
no,
Yeah,
that's
all
actually
the
that-
traumatic
I'm sorry you went
experiences
through that.
have been
oh,
Holy
on this
shit.
I
day.
hate Halloween.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry you went through that. Jesus Christ, Sid.
Mine's good
That-
shit,
I
like
fucking
Scooby
hate
Doo, horror
Halloween.
movies and shit. I fucking loved it. Sid's been
I
having
used to
Mine
some
was
love Courage
tough
the
times.
Cowardly Dog.
Bro,
Where's
I
the
just got
candy?
candy. That's all I wanted as a kid.
See, I mean, Halloween isn't that big in the United Kingdom
UK, yeah. You
to
guys are
begin with, right?
telling
Yeah.
me about that
Yeah, in the
earlier.
UK,
Yeah.
we have to dress up as horror monsters. In other countries, you guys can dress up as whatever the fuck you want. It's a character.
What?
Really?
Yes,
Wait,
in the
really?
UK,
Actually, Ash?
in
Oh.
the UK, you dress up as a horror thing, Halloween. But in other countries, you can wear any character of your choice, like fairy tale. I don't
Ooh.
fucking know what else you want to wear. I can't think of it, but whatever the fuck you want to wear. But you know what's crazy? I've actually got one paranormal story. Now, if you guys
Yeah.
believe me or not, it's your choice. But I'm gonna say
I'm actually curious about you, Hash, because I
think-
don't think you believe too much in the paranormal, so I want to know.
No. I think
That's the thing.
if I remember correctly from way back before, Hash told me quite a lot of paranormal stories.
Oh,
I did.
actually?
Mm.
Okay.
I've okay.
Yes, yes.
This is the one I remember top of my head always. Like basically, right? So I was in Pakistan one time, and like
That's how they all start. as
they
well.
all start in the village. Yeah, they don't start in the UK. In England. So I was in Pakistan one time, and me and my cousin. So I must have been about 14, right? And he's a year younger, so he was 13, and we were sleeping on the bed, and basically all the rooms in Pakistan are en suite. It's very common in Asia, right? So there's a toilet in the room. And one time we were sleeping, so I got up because I had to pee, right? Because I just had to pee. So I got up and I went to the toilet. I went to the toilet, and now, bearing in mind, I looked at my cousin first. He was, he was out, like he was dead asleep. So I was like, all right, cool. I went to the toilet, and I was, doing what I got to do, and then I heard like I never forget. It's so fucked up. But I just remember some sound, like running sound in the room, of someone just running back and forth in the room, like just back and forth. They just weren't stopping. They were pacing it. You know what I mean? And they had stamina as well. But it was weird because I heard them. I didn't really.
Stamina as well.
Yeah. And I didn't. And when you first hear it, you're so confused. You're like, wait, he's awake? Like my cousin's awake? I thought this motherfucker was dead asleep. So constant, like just running across the whole room. You know what I mean? Just constant. I was like, okay. I didn't actually think anything weird. I was like, okay, he's awake. This is really weird. But I was like, I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but he's awake. I was like, I don't know. So I was like, cool, whatever. Wash my hands, open the door, and then he was dead asleep on his bed. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this dude's playing with me. I was like, I'm getting trolled. Like this dude is actually he's playing a little game. Like I don't believe him. So I went towards him and I was like, yo, Hamza, get up. I was like, get up, bro. Stop trolling me, man. I was like, get up. And then I kicked him. I was like, get up, bro. Like, why are you being faithful, And then he woke up and he was like, like he was like someone who was asleep. Do you know what I mean? Someone who's asleep. So like he was making that like I'm asleep sort of vibe. So I was like, okay, maybe this motherfucker was actually asleep. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe he was actually asleep. Alright, cool. That happened. So then I'm like, you know what? I'm probably hearing shit. Whatever. It's nighttime. It could have been something outside. I just thought it was coming from the room. You know what I mean? So I was like, cool, whatever. I went to sleep. Then like we have like a guard dog outside, right?
Ooh, cool. What kind of dog is that? Do you remember?
No idea. It was quite ugly. So ugly dog.
Yorkshire Terrier.
And
Okay.
that motherfucker
Yorkshire
was
Terrier.
barking. That motherfucker was barking. Like it was going no, what the sound dogs make, right? And it was going for that's it. Yeah. It did sound like that, but it was barking. It was like barking at someone. So I was like, okay, this is kind of weird. I woke up, so I got up and I went towards the window to look at the dog. I was like, because I could see it from my window. I kid you not, and I listen, guys. I'm not lying. It sounds stupid, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. But I swear, this is what I saw. Now you can say I was hallucinating. You can say I'm telling the truth. I don't fucking care. But the point is, all the windows, by the way, in Pakistan, they're barred. So what I mean by barred is they have like metal poles coming down like a prison. Then there's glass on the other side, right?
Yeah.
So I got up and I went towards the window and I looked at the dog and I was like, okay, this dog's trolling. Like, it's fucking stupid. Like, literally, I was like, this dog's a dumb fucking dog, right? Barking at nothing. So I was like, it's probably tired or some shit. I don't fucking know. Then, I swear, I kid you not, I looked to the left, right? And there's like, I'm laughing at myself because it cracks me up when I say it. But it was like this like figure. There's like white figure, right? Like an old lady sort of vibe. And she was just stood there. But like, I swear, I remember this so well. Her like feet were like fucking inverted, right? So they were backwards. Yeah, her feet were backwards, right? And like she had hair. you know, like Samara from The Ring. She had like
Yeah.
hair coming down her face, and she was just stood there. She was just stood there, white as fuck. You know what I mean? Like
fuck?
her cloak, like her clothes,
White
garment.
person in Pakistan, crazy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that
I
was
know,
a.
right?
But I couldn't see. I
That
couldn't
is a
see her.
scary thing.
Couldn't see her hands or anything. It was like, you know, those like long outfits. So she just stood there, like just head down, and like I was terrified.
Imagine it was just one of your sisters like coming back from a night out.
Yeah, in Pakistan, bro. I
I
wish.
know, right?
I wish. But like his hair was down, right? Oh, its hair was down. I don't know if it was a him or a her or what it was. And like my hands were on the metal post, but I was terrified at this point. Like, you know when you're in shock that I didn't move, my body was just there. I wasn't moving. I was just there and my hands were stuck. I was like, oh my god. And then it like started walking towards me. But like, it was really fucking slow. Or maybe it just felt like time was going really weirdly, right? Come towards me. And then I swear to God, all I remember is my cousin just like grabbing me and pulling me back, throwing me onto the bed, right? Then we both got up to look and it was gone. That's it. Whatever the fuck that was gone. Now,
What the hell was that?
I
Whoa,
don't know,
that's actually
crazy.
terrifying.
Like, you know what's
Yeah,
crazy?
that is
I
crazy.
can draw it. That's how well I remember it. I can draw.
Did you ever guys? Did you guys ever believe in stuff like Bloody Mary?
No, I wasn't
I did.
stupid.
No.
I did. I'm not gonna lie, I did as a kid,
For the
100%.
longest time, I did. For the longest time, I
Same.
believed in Bloody Mary and stuff like that. Like the whole concept of Bloody Mary was like you say Bloody Mary in front of a mirror, right, 3 times, and then she's gonna show up or something. She's gonna show up
And
in
she'll
the
like
night.
scare you or like kill
She'll
you.
scare.
I
well,
did that
she'll
shit when
kill
I
you,
was
right?
younger. I was quite
For me, it
brave.
was like she'll kill you. I was like, she'll kill you. Like I was like, okay.
What me and a couple like schoolmates did was basically in Hong Kong, everything is apartments, right?
Is it what?
Everything is apartments, like
Okay.
flats. Even like
Yeah.
our schools,
Mhm.
even our school was on like the 5th floor of this like apartment like complex, right?
Interesting.
And
Okay.
basically, sometimes basically the schools in Hong Kong they can go for a very long time as well. So you start off at like 9 a.m. They actually start
Jeez.
really late, by the way. You start 9
Okay.
a.m. and you finish at like 5 6 p.m.
Mhm.
Right? It's a very long day. I remember
Mhm.
one time we stayed over for like an after school extracurricular, and after that, like I said, it was still an apartment complex. People were like living on the floors downstairs and such and such.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
one of my friends was like, "Hey, do you guys want to do Bloody Mary?" Because but by then the teachers already left. Like the
Mhm.
school was completely empty. It was just us children that were just hanging around after like the extracurricular. We were just either waiting for our parents or we are just just hanging out. But my friend pulled out a fucking candle from his bag, did the whole ritual. It was like 3 of us, right? We were in the toilet. We was doing Bloody Mary shit. We were like just fucking did Bloody Mary, and it was the creepiest thing ever because the fucking door was locked after. Like surprisingly, the door was locked right after we did it. We did it. We were so fucking scared, and because when we were young, we are just trying to run out, right? We were trying to run out, but the school fucking door was locked, and we're like, we thought we were gonna fucking die.
That would scare the shit out of me.
We
That
thought we were
was
gonna
actually a
fucking
little
die.
scary. I was like, oh shit.
Cause on that flat, the school was the only thing on that floor. Sorry, right? So we're
Mhm.
like, what the actual fuck? We were locked inside. We were like banging on the fucking thing, banging on the thing, thinking we're gonna fucking die. We're like, oh my god, Bloody Mary's fucking real. We're fucking idiots.
We're dead. Yeah, essentially.
We're
Yeah.
fucking dead.
Damn.
Yeah.
So I remember a while back. So I went to elementary school in grade 6, and like across the street from us was actually like a famous tourist attraction in Toronto called the Mackenzie House, because the reason being is that the second Prime Minister of Canada, his family lived there, right?
Mhm.
And there's always shit going down that saying like, oh, it's actually haunted, that kind of stuff. I didn't really believe in that kind of stuff as a kid,
Mhm.
right? So one day, I was just chilling in the schoolyard. Everyone else is playing. I look towards the Mackenzie House. People are going in, checking it out. And then at the top floor, there's like a window, right? And then I look towards that top floor, and I kid you not, like what you described, Hash, I saw something kind of similar, except it was like I could kind of see the lady's face, but she was in like a black wedding dress instead of like a white dress, right? And like she kind of smiled, and
Black
I blinked
wedding
my eyes.
dress.
Yeah,
And you can
I
see her
blinked
face.
my
What does
eyes.
she look like? This is something I've
She kind of looked like
always
she
wondered
looked pretty
this.
normal. That's
Because
like I didn't really see her eyes. That's the thing.
I
I
wish
saw
I
her
could see the
smile.
face. I wish I could see the face. That's all I
Yeah,
think about this whole time is like,
that's the thing. Like I saw her smile. That's all I saw, and it was like a pretty chill looking smile. I got creeped out for a second, and I blink, and she was gone. And I'm like, that was like my paranormal experience. Like, wait, what the fuck?
so do you believe
I
in
only
like all that shit then? Like after this, do you believe in paranormal stuff?
a little bit, but like all the paranormal experience I've had are like good ones. Mainly it had to do with it has to do with my grandma, who's like I still believe she's like watching over me and stuff.
Mm.
Run into her in my dreams, that kind of thing. So those are like my paranormal experiences nowadays, right? Like I remember when she first passed, like she appeared to me in a dream, and like it was weird because like the last time I saw my grandma, she couldn't even walk, right? And she was walking.
Mhm.
And I'm like, wait, what? You know what I mean? And,
Mm.
she literally went up to me and said she was proud of me, and then I woke up, and I'm like,
I'm proud of you, Zobla.
thanks. Well, like like it hit different when that happened, because like she literally like passed a week ago, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
And like yeah, I was like that was like the last paranormal experience I had with my gran. Yeah, and it was like a positive one in that sense, right? So ever since then, I
Mhm.
tend to believe like she might be watching over me and my family because of that, right?
That's great.
Hmm.
You know, I always wonder things like the thing is I've never, touch wood, lost someone or had to experience the death of someone who was like I've lost my auntie and stuff, but the truth is I wasn't close to her to feel anything. Like I probably met her once, you know what I mean? But like I haven't lost anyone, and my grandparents they all passed before I was even born, so I'd never even met them. So it's like there's no emotional attachment because I've never had to, experience it. So I always wonder, like I don't know if I like to believe the stuff Blowfish is saying is true. You know what I mean? Obviously, I've got no personal stories, but it sounds good. You know what I mean? It gives me very
Yeah,
life is good vibe sort of thing, and I want that to
yeah.
like stay. And like something Chunky was asking, like, what's a native urban creature ghost of your country
Ooh.
or whatever? I don't know to my country, but like for Muslims, we believe in like spirits. We call them jinn, which translates to
Jinn.
spirits,
Oh,
right? Yeah.
Mhm.
same
And
with
we
the Philippines.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And we
except it's called something else, but I can't remember.
but basically it translates to like ghosts, and we believe that there's good ones and bad ones, etc. But we also believe in witches, so like black magic and shit, right? And
What do you call them? What do you call them?
churel, I think that's
Hmm.
the Hindi word.
It's a
Um,
witch.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That's what we call it as well.
And we believe this is why I think what saw was a bit more like, oh my god, because we believe that witches got their feet backwards and shit, and what I saw had their feet backwards. That's what we believe anyway, right? But yeah, it's kind of fucked. But do I don't know, like even after experiencing it, do I believe in ghosts and shit? I don't know.
It's funny because Hash, the thing that I'm gonna bring up that has to do with the Philippines. There's an urban myth about someone called the White Lady, right? Except
Uh-huh.
in my case, she was wearing a black
White
dress.
lady.
That's like what they call her. I'm not even kidding you, right? Like funny enough, there was like a top like horror movie in the Philippines called that, based off that urban legend, right?
Right.
And I think the whole thing behind the White Lady was like, she was a lady who ended up dying because, her lover killed her on their wedding day,
Mhm.
something like that, right?
Oh,
And like
wedding
she's
dress,
still
white lady.
yeah, she's still wearing that wedding dress, because what it sounded like to you, Hash, like what you described, was like that sounds like the White Lady. But in my case, she was wearing a black dress. You know what I mean?
Oh, she's everywhere.
Yeah, and like the whole thing is like it also incorporates the whole idea of like Bloody Mary. Like I think she has like a little song that you have to sing in order to summon her. And it's a really nice sounding song, but I'm like, but the moment you turn off the lights, like that, like the lights turn off, that's when she appears, you know what I mean? And I'm like, and she'll do something. I don't know.
You know what's
What's
fucking
up, Sid?
creepy?
What?
Now that you said, oh, there's a little song.
Yeah. I think my mom sang
Have
it
you?
once just to like,
Have
because it
you?
was funny. Like, sorry,
No,
Sid,
no,
I don't
no.
mean to cut you off, because we were
Yeah,
watching,
that's
like,
fine.
our whole family was watching that whole movie, right? And, we're like, we actually thought that, like, usually a lot of Filipino horror movies aren't great. They're kind of funny because their SFX are so bad. Their, like, video effects are terrible, and me and my brothers just end up laughing at them, even my
Yeah,
dad, right?
yeah.
And, this one was actually not bad. I was like, okay, right? Like, I like the storyline and everything. And then as soon as we're done, my mom was trying to tough it out. She's like, "Pff, I don't believe any of that stuff. It wasn't really scary." And my dad was just like, okay, sing the song. I dare you. And my mom ended up doing it. And we're like, Then all of a sudden, when that happened, she's like, "See, nothing's wrong." And as she was gonna go upstairs to her room to sleep, the lights turned off, and she just froze in her tracks. And then the lights turned back on again. I'm like, I looked at Backsmash. I was like, "Did you do that to scare mom?" He's like, "No, I actually didn't." He was like far away from the switch. I looked at my other brother. Like, "Did you?" He's like, "My dad." And like, I looked at dad because my dad can be a bit of a troll, and he's like, "No." And it's like, and then my dad's like, I was like, "Move! You're frozen solid. Go upstairs, right?" And my mom like was just traumatized ever since. I'm like,
but like whoever did turn that off wouldn't admit it. If I did that, I would never. Even today, I'm not admitting it.
I feel like if it was anyone in my family, it was
I
Smasher
would,
to trick
though.
my mom. Like my Backsmasher would 100% do that.
I'd let it
No,
go
you
to
wouldn't
death.
you wouldn't
Yeah.
tell your mum, but if it was like, let's say it was Backsmasher, and like,
Yeah.
let's say I was Backsmasher and I did that, I'd be like to Blowfish. I was like, yeah, that was me. I was just playing a prank on mum. Like,
I'd probably
say-
like hold my laugh
I
and I'd be
wouldn't-
like,
yeah.
"Oh, that's good." You know what I mean? Because I actually tripped out for a moment too. I was just like, "Oh shit," you know what I mean?
I wouldn't say it the same day, but like eventually
Mm-hmm.
in the future, I'd be like, yo, remember when?
Like if I'm
Mom
getting
sang that
married,
song?
it's like that's
maybe
speech.
maybe years down the line.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
me kind of thing.
I was
right?
like, I'd laugh. I'd be like, "Wow," you know what I mean?
No, but what I was saying was nursery rhymes are
Nursery rhymes are creepy.
surprisingly fucking scary, dude.
Mhm.
Especially Ring a Roses, especially
Ring
on
Around the
little,
Rosie, yeah.
the little like the thingy. What's that thing called? It's not carousel, is it?
How does it go?
Yeah.
Ring
Ring around the
roses.
rosy,
Oh.
pocket full of
Is it
posies.
goes
That thing, yeah.
ring? Yeah, yeah.
I heard
But
the
then
pocket
when
full
you
of
slow it
tissues.
down, when you
Mhm.
slow it down, and it's on that little carousel thing, it's so
Mhm.
fucking scary for no reason, dude. For no reason. It's a children's nursery rhyme.
Okay, I can imagine it now. That's quite terrifying.
Do you
All
get what I'm
fucking
saying?
nursery
It's
rhymes
so
are, man.
scary.
Like,
Nursery rhymes are oddly creepy, like actually speaking.
Why?
I think
I don't
a lot of them were actually. You know what I believe? Like I always
Mm-hmm.
believe, like in the olden times, like 50 years ago, they were braver than what we are. Like the shit they used to do, living in jungles and stuff, they just
Oh,
don't
yeah,
get scared of it.
100%.
So I feel like
They
when they
don't.
made it, that rhyme, it was like, it's nothing. But if you make
Mhm.
it in today,
I-
it's something.
No, but at the same time, I feel like if you sing it in the actual tone that it's supposed to be sang at, it's not creepy. Like
Mhm.
ring a roses, a pocket
Yeah.
full of posies, a tissue, and all fall down.
Down,
Like
yeah.
that doesn't sound bad, but then when you slow it down, when you go, ring a
Yeah, that's how the horror movie
roses.
effect, right? I get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
horror
Like
movie
it's the horror movie. They're making it creepier. I mean, like if you go like the wheels on a bus go round
round
and
and
like
round.
that's not fucking scary at all, is it?
And then you slow it down and sing it a bit more creepy, then you're like, "Oh."
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So what about you guys have said like paranormal activity and stuff, but what about like have you guys ever had like a nightmare or scary dream? So like I'm actually gonna start the dice on this one, right? One time when I was sleeping at university, so in my first year, I was sleeping. I was having a good sleep.
Nice.
And in my sleep, this is like one of those like I just woke up. You know what I mean? It wasn't one of those. What's that shit when you see something in your sleep paralysis? It wasn't that shit.
Sleep
Oh,
paralysis.
sleep
you mean.
paralysis.
It wasn't
Do you
one-
guys have that, by the way?
once?
Not
but
that I know of, no.
Not
Okay.
not that. But I felt something woke me up in my sleep. Does that make sense? So I didn't see anything or any of that crap. I just woke up and I was terrified. I was sweating in my sleep. I was like, "What the fuck is happening?" But like, I wasn't scared, but I felt like there was someone in the room. So I kid you not. I checked under my bed, in the cupboard, in the microwave, in the fridge, in the toilet, every fucking thing you can think of.
Uh-huh.
I had to check because I don't know why. I don't even remember what happened that nightmare, but I was terrified. I just woke up like in pure sweat. Like I was sweating and my body was like it was beating. It felt like someone was attacking me, sort of vibe. That's the
Oh,
only
shit.
time I can remember like thinking like fuck. After that, like when I sleep, I don't know what's going on. 5 seconds, I'm dead. I have some good sleeps. I won't lie. Yeah, I sleep fast. 5 seconds and I'm out of it.
That's actually a fucking superpower, though. Like,
Yeah.
That is a
actually
superpower,
being able to
honestly
sleep
speaking.
that quickly.
Right? It's actually kind of nice. I wish I could do that.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean? Some
Yeah.
people have got the talent, some people don't, and I got the talent, guys. It is what it is. But have you guys ever had nightmares and shit? Like the scariest one?
I just
Do you want to go first, Sid?
Yeah,
like
mine's gonna be quick. I
that's fair. Same
don't
with
really
mine.
remember dreams and stuff. I don't think I've ever had a nightmare like that, like, or had a nightmare in general.
Blowfish? I think so.
Oh,
Last
me?
connection, yeah.
Oh no. Okay, so I guess I'll go. Like, honestly, mine's pretty quick too. I was just, chilling with some friends, and all of a sudden we got separated, and I'm like, the hell? And it's like dark, right? And then for some reason, like, dreams are really fucking weird, man. Like, at one point I'm there chilling with friends. Next point, I blink and I'm in somewhere else, just all alone. The next point I blink, I'm like tied up to a chair, and there's a dude with a baseball bat there, looking like he's gonna interrogate me.
What's that?
And I wake up the moment he starts going ham on my head, and I'm like, the fuck just happened? You know what I mean? That was like the scariest thing that I've ever experienced that comes to mind for a nightmare. Right? I'm like, because it just jumped from one thing to another, and I was so fucking confused when I woke up. I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
what the fuck happened? Alright,
Yeah, like actually.
Right.
Blowfish, Sid. I want to do my favorite part of everything.
Sure.
Am I the fucking asshole questions?
Wait.
Yeah. What's up?
Before we do that, can I ask one question?
Yeah, of course.
Sure.
Yeah. Did you guys know there's a mascot for Halloween? I remember
There's a
seeing
what?
it on TikTok.
A what?
A mascot. A mascot, like, you know how Christmas has Santa
mascot.
Claus,
Yeah.
What is it?
and then like Easter has like the Easter Bunny. It's a guy named Stingy Jack. I remember seeing a TikTok about it a while ago.
Dingy Jack.
Fuck is that?
Stingy Jack, yeah.
I have no idea
So
what
basically,
that is.
basically Stingy Jack was just like a random geezer, right? But he was like a
Huh.
massive arsehole. He was like a drunk and like just like a massive arsehole, right?
Yeah.
And basically,
I see a lot of pictures of him drinking. But keep going.
basically the devil came to him and he tricked the devil twice. The first time he was like, yo, don't hit me up for 7 years. And then the devil just went away, and 7 years later came back to get him, and he said, promise me that you won't take my soul, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the devil, like, he tricked the devil twice. He didn't just say, yo, like,
Shit.
you know,
That's
do
not
this,
easy
do
to do.
that, right?
Okay, yeah.
He tricked him twice, right? And then the devil agreed to not taking the soul. And then he eventually died, but because he was an arsehole and he was like a massive dickhead, right? He couldn't go into heaven
There.
because God was like, I don't want to take you into heaven. You're a massive arsehole, right?
Yep.
So he got sent down to hell, but the devil promised that he wouldn't take his soul, so he can go down to hell. So he's a ghost that roams around the world, like around the earth, right? And basically, because most of his life apparently he couldn't see, so the devil gave him coal from the depths of hell, so they never burn out and shit. And apparently he put it in a turnip, not
Huh?
pumpkin, a turnip. Yes.
Oh, so it's
What
not
the
actually a
hell?
pumpkin, so we've been using the
It's
wrong
Yeah, I
not
was
a
fruit.
about to say.
Yeah,
What?
it's apparently a turnip.
That's crazy.
I've never actually touched pumpkin or even eaten it or anything, by the way.
They're
Really?
disgusting.
I don't even know where the
I've
fuck
only
you
eaten
find
pumpkin
that
pie,
shit.
but I've never really eaten a pumpkin. You know what I mean? Pumpkin pie is
Mm.
good, but actual
Pumpkin-
I
pumpkin,
don't
I've
even know
never
where you
tried.
find
Sorry.
that shit.
What, pumpkins?
Yeah, where the fuck you get it from?
Pumpkin farms. Honestly speaking,
Yeah,
like
there's
yeah.
like a farm nearby Hash, and like
Oh.
quite a lot of people from around us go there to get pumpkins.
I don't know that. See, that's what I'm saying. Pumpkins and me, we just like. I want to try. I've never eaten it. I want to eat it raw though.
Oh, okay.
Just bite the motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like bite the pumpkin. And, like,
That's what you're supposed to eat the inside, no?
oh, I've no clue. I don't even know what the insides look like. I just know you can design the shapes, and like make it look like a certain
But
way.
pumpkins are actually really sorry. Halloween is really wasteful for pumpkins and such, though.
Yeah, but I
just
feel like
based on,
the only
like-
reason people
really
eat pumpkin
is.
is because of Halloween's. I don't think anyone knows what pumpkin is. But I don't know. I've never heard of this shit until Halloween personally.
True.
Alright, okay.
Okay.
So, Blowfish and Sid. Am
Yes,
I
sir.
the asshole? Are you ready?
Yes.
I love this one. This one's pretty good. Am I the asshole? And I want everyone's opinion as well. Am
Sure.
I the asshole? I got mad at my wife for eating all of my food. Okay?
Okay.
So, you can sense that it's directed towards white people already. My wife, 23, and I, 27, male, have been married for 3 years. I work as an automobile engineer and she's a SAHM? Oh, stay-at-home mom. Okay, got it.
Okay.
We have a 2-year-old daughter. My wife is also currently 3 months pregnant. Cool? My
Cool,
wife
cool,
always
yeah.
takes my food when I'm eating and that always annoys me. That's
Okay.
white. I also cannot eat her food since she's a non-vegan, whereas I'm vegan. I've tried telling her about it before, but she says my food tastes really good. So I brought home an extra vegan or portion for her
Okay,
once.
that's a lie because vegan food never tastes good.
Tastes good. Yeah, true.
Yeah, I agree.
Listen,
I
a lot of
agree.
things, buddy.
So I brought
Keep going.
home an extra vegan portion for her once, but she told me not to bring extra portions because it's too much food and the fridge gets full with her leftovers all the time. Today, I got takeout for both of us when I was returning from work. She had a chicken lasagna and I got a vegan dish made with jackfruit, right? I came home, got cleaned up, went to have dinner. I saw that she had finished eating without me because she was hungry. She said that she tried some of my food and she liked it a lot, so she ate all of it and left her own chicken lasagna in the fridge. I asked what was I supposed to eat, so she told me to make myself ramen. I got pissed at her and told her I'm not hungry anymore and went to sleep in the guest room. She came to apologize to me, but I said that her apology wouldn't feed me. She cannot cook anything for me since she feels nauseous at the smell of most things. I usually cook all the meals at home ever since she conceived 3 months ago. Am I the asshole? Yay or nay?
No.
I'll go
I'm
first.
gonna have to go with
I'll
no, yo. Yeah, you first, Sid.
Yeah.
You think he is the asshole?
Low key, he's an arsehole.
Okay, so how come?
Essentially, okay, she's an arsehole, so, but he's also an arsehole because she apologized and said she's sorry. This is a fucking pregnant, stay-at-home mom. She's got her hormones all messed up, this and that. She's eating for two
fair.
different people. There's a fucking child growing inside of her, right? Understandably, she shouldn't have taken his food and left her own thing. She should have finished her thing and ate the thing, right? But at the same time, he went to the guest room, pissed off. She said, I'm sorry for doing that. That was inconsiderate of me. And he goes, no, you apologizing isn't going to feed me. Bitch, what is? What is? Mate, if she
Fair.
didn't apologize, that's still not going to feed you, is it? Like, what?
You know what? I didn't think about that. I was like, right, she is pregnant, and yeah. You know what? I'm gonna have to go with Sid on this one too. I'm like, I didn't think about that. I was
But
like,
she's
true.
still an asshole.
She is still an asshole, 100%. If you're gonna eat other people's food, at least be like, hey, is it cool if I do? At least ask. Why is it so hard for people to ask? You know what I mean?
Okay, I also think he's stupid.
Fair.
If I was told not to bring extra food, I'd bring it anyway. Because I know in advance, like, but whenever Panam orders food, she always buys more, knowing I'll eat it. Even if I'm like, I'm not hungry, or even if I say, I'm the type, I'm guilty for it, I'm the type of person, I always eat people's food. I can't help it.
Okay, but do you have leftovers all the time, though?
Do I have leftovers?
Yeah, do you have leftovers? Like, say,
Usually. Sometimes we order too much.
Okay, sometimes you order too much, but then in this scenario, like, it sounds like they never finish it. Like, they're saying the fridge is too full for leftovers.
Yeah,
Do you know
but
what I'm saying?
I think it's weird.
Technically,
though.
you guys are uni students. Let's be honest. The only thing you have in your fridge is probably like 2 pieces of cheese, and a yogurt,
and milk.
and a yogurt.
So, yeah.
Fair,
and
fair.
milk.
You know, it's like, but the thing is, what bugs me is like, if we went to get takeaway, and we've all ordered a meal. Imagine I just finished your meal. That's weird. I wouldn't do that.
No,
That is weird.
100%. Yeah.
I just think that's a very big dick move. I would. Who does that? You know what I mean? Especially if it was like, if it was like you could eat my meal, I'd be like, if it was like I got a fucking from McDonald's a McChicken sandwich and you got a Big Mac, but I know you can eat either. Be like, fuck you. I get it. Sometimes you're like, fuck you. I want to be a dickhead, but you can do it. You're married. But then to just fully take their food, knowing that's a major dick move, man. You gotta be
actually
very selfish to do that.
She's pregnant, man. She's pregnant.
Yeah,
3 months. Hormones are.
Still a dick move though. Like, come on, man. You
No,
gotta be
100%. I'm
actually.
not arguing it's a dick move, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, come on, no. Like,
Okay.
do be pregnant.
Okay.
But at the same time, here's the thing. One thing I'd say is, but at the same time, he should have a right to get angry, because one thing that people forget about pregnancy and stuff like that is, yes, the woman's carrying the weight and going through the hormones and stuff like that, but I mean, the male is also going through the stress because they're going through the pregnancy together. he might not always be, carrying around the baby and such, but he's doing other things. So he shouldn't be losing himself. So he does have a right to get pissed off at that.
So are you
Yeah.
justifying his tantrum
No,
after
no,
saying,
no.
sorry, I'm
I
so confused now.
I said he has a right to be angry, but to keep staying angry after someone's apologized and become considerate,
Yeah, different
be a
story.
dick back.
in that
That's
sense.
like,
True. Just
do you
order
get what
more
I'm saying?
food. I
Say
mean,
say
it is what it is.
say someone's a dick to you, Hash, right? And they apologize. You can either be, okay, don't worry, I accept your apology. Let's move on. Or you could just be a dick back to them. But just because you're a dick back to them doesn't solve the situation. You're just two dicks
True, but
talking
you
to
know
each
when
other.
sometimes you pick the dick option just for the bit of spice. You know what I mean? Sometimes you pick
Yeah.
the dick option just for the bit of, oh, it feels good to be a dickhead. Okay, fair. You know what? Fair,
It feels
Sid, you made
good.
a fair
It feels
point.
good, but you're
You
still two
convinced me.
dicks.
You convinced me and you made a fair
Two
point.
dicks, just
Alright.
That's what I was about to
this
say.
one?
Sid.
What
Okay.
about this one? Because this one doesn't involve someone pregnant, so am I the asshole for taking credit for something I did? Yeah?
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
explain.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So, during the pandemic and working from home, my wife, 28, and I, 28, decided that we needed a little more space, and so decided to invest in building a garage or like office bedroom for our house, right? In order to save money, I did everything myself. From design to concrete to framing, electrical, plumbing, I did everything on my own two hands. He was like, I even worked with the city and had all the correct permits, signed off, and etc. Like, I got everything done. After months of fucking blood, sweat, and tears, and the building is done, I have to say, I'm really proud of it. I spent
Good.
ages on it, right?
Good, you
Unless
should
I was
be.
at work doing my chores or on date nights with my wife, I was working on the expansion, right? So you spent a lot of time towards it. My wife has never had any interest in building or the like, and so did not help with any of the construction. This is fine and was what we discussed before we ever started. Cool. The other night we got together with a group of friends we hadn't seen before the pandemic. My wife started to brag about the expansion, was showing off pictures of the construction. She was saying things like, we worked really hard on it, or agreeing with people when they would say, you really put a lot of work into that, directed at her. It started to wear on me over the course of the night, but then finally when she was saying how it has been really hard working on the building in the summer heat, he was like, okay, at that point I chimed in and said, you know, I don't remember you out there sweating in the heat with me. She backpedaled but was mad at me the whole drive home, saying how I had embarrassed her in front of my friends. Am I the arsehole for taking credit for the work that I did?
Hell no, in my opinion, man. Like, in my opinion, like, yeah, fine. If someone doesn't want to put the work in, like, don't take fucking credit for that shit, right? Like, I've ran into so many people like that, A big example would be, like, group projects. Let's be honest here, in, like, school. Most of the time, it's always one person doing the fucking work. And then the teacher's like, oh, you guys did a good job. It's, like, one of those moments, you know what I mean? And I don't like it. Like, for those who actually have work, like, he spent months on that shit. Like, of course, he should take credit for that. Like, no. Time is something you can never get back, sadly, right? No,
Okay.
He's not an asshole.
Okay.
Hell no.
Sid? Sid frozen?
I don't know.
Oh, no, he's actually
Yeah,
not.
they're married, right?
Yeah, they're married.
They're married, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's the thing. When people get married, they normally vow each other to be together and kind of like be a unit.
Be a
right?
unit, yeah, exactly.
If they said we, if she said we, technically they are a team, and in team there's no I.
Fair. Okay.
But he did everything.
Her
But
house
he did
as well.
everything. That's the thing. He
Sid,
did
she didn't
everything.
even help one bit. One bit.
Yeah.
And you spent months on it, Sid. Like, Sid, it's like your Twitch career.
Is she
You
hot?
spent months on it and I come in saying, yeah, we did it together. Do you know what I mean? It's like
What's there?
But it's true though, like you guys work day and hard towards Twitch. Let's say 3 months of you doing daily streams. And then I come in saying, yeah, we stream together. But I say that, I do think he's the arsehole. And let me explain why.
I'm curious.
That. I think he's a big
He
arsehole.
exposed her to her friends, though.
Exactly why. There are many times,
He
I think,
exposed her to her friends.
even between my friends, right? Okay, for example, you take the
Oh,
L
look,
to like big up your team. You know what I mean? Sometimes you do it. She clearly wanted to impress these people. You just do it. You take the L. I know it sucks, but you like, you know what I mean? You self-sacrifice for your other half, your friends. Like
That's what I'm saying. No I in team.
like one of my cousins used to get bullied, right? And he was telling me how, okay, I've personally never been bullied. Not that I can remember anyway. So like one of my cousins, I must have been when I was younger, but I'm talking when I was older, right? And he was like, yeah, how should I get bullied and shit? So I took one for the team by saying, yeah, I used to get bullied as well. Trying to make up like a thing to give him motivation, he's not alone sort of thing. To, you know, make him feel like he's not the only one that gets bullied, so he can get out of it the way I did, you know? And it actually helped him. But what I'm saying is, like, if I know there are times when Punam's done shit and I'll join and be like, yeah, we did that. Do you know what I mean? I'll take it. One time,
smile.
you know what I mean? Like, we did that together. But
Yeah, Hash.
what?
We hit 1,000 followers together.
Oh yeah, we totally hit 1,000 followers.
But not Blowfish, me and you did.
We hit 1,000 followers.
Blowfish, you and I did. Who the fuck is 7,000? But that's what I'm saying. So
That's
I hate him
crazy.
for calling her out like that. Control yourself, motherfucker. You don't downblow your team.
You don't have
Okay, so for me,
exposed-
okay.
you don't have
Here's
to
the thing, guys.
expose someone.
So
That's why you
for
don't
your
ask
for your points, I do agree with it. If it was like, it depends on how much time was wasted, right? This guy says like, yeah, it's been months I've been working on this. If it was for like a week, I'd be like, okay, like that's fine. Like take it easy, let your wife
No,
do
but-
her thing, you know. But like if it's been like months or years on working on it, that's a different story in my opinion. It depends on how much time was invested in the project
but
for me.
Lucy said, but like if she cooked, bought something, then she kind of helped. Like there's
I mean, I
more than just like
guess.
physical.
But that stuff
help,
we
there's
can't
emotional-
actually take into like, because that's not what we've been told. You know what I mean? Like for all we know, she could be. She's the one who funded everything. You know what I mean? Like there's so many things we don't know about. She probably picked extra hours to pay for the materials. That stuff we don't know,
Okay.
sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? So she
Fair.
could have maybe actually done a lot financially, and instead of putting the hours towards the construction, she worked
Okay, true.
overtime to pay towards the construction. But I
You
feel
know
like
what? That we need the wife in here.
we need to ask her.
We
a
need
few
the wife in
fucking
here. Yeah,
questions.
Fucking Phoenix write it up in here, you know what I mean?
All right, this one is the best one. This is the best one. I've
Sure.
one last. Am I the arsehole? This one kills me.
Okay, I'm
Am
interested
I-
now.
Am I the asshole for not giving my son money anymore because he keeps buying gifts for his ex-girlfriend?
Ex-girlfriend. Okay.
This story, this is hilarious.
Oh boy.
Me, 46. Wait, have I read this right?
I'm sorry, that was really funny. But keep going.
My son's girlfriend. Okay. Me, 46. My son is 22. And his girlfriend at the time, 21, broke up with him last year, but they remain friends, right? I mean, that's another topic, but they remain friends. She is now dating another guy. I have become worried about how much money he still spends on it, even though they're not together anymore. Not only he still buys her expensive birthday and Christmas gifts, but he says that the day she broke up with him, it's their friendship anniversary. So he also gives her gifts then. Besides that, he always pays for everything, and anytime they go out, she always chooses expensive places. My son
Okay.
works, but I also give him an allowance. You're very kind. I have
That is very
decided to not give him money anymore until he stops spending it on her. He says that I'm being unfair and is really pissed off about that. Am I the asshole?
So basically, he's not funding his son anymore to, take this
Yeah,
friend
Yeah.
out.
yeah.
Ooh. And he said his son's 22?
Son's an absolute little bitch. What the fuck
That's
is
what I
this
was gonna say.
son,
I was like,
man?
I don't think he's an asshole, man. Because like clearly, from what it sounds like, the girl's using him, in my opinion.
This son
It sounds like the girl's
100%.
using him,
is a
like his son. Yeah.
He's a bitch for being obsessed with someone like that, right? Have some self-respect. B, friendship anniversary, and the day you broke up, you stupid fuck, right? C,
That's
you
dumb.
ungrateful
I agree
piece
with.
of shit.
I'm with Hash on this one. Like
He
actually,
works
Steve.
and
Fuck
also
that.
gets an allowance from his parents. You ungrateful piece of shit.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
Actually,
Work
that's why I'm like,
and
no,
get
he's not
an
an asshole.
allowance. Fucking work hard is what my parents would say. Pick up extra shifts is what my parents would say.
Yeah,
And gets
actually.
an allowance. This motherfucker's a piece of shit.
Drop your friend is what my friends would say.
And
I say what? Say what, Sid?
Drop your friends.
drop
fuck
your
that
friends.
girl.
Don't go
You could
out.
drop.
That
That's the
girl.
thing. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
fuck this. Drop her, man. Like,
Just
what business
drop
do you
her,
have with her
man.
at this
Like,
point?
she's clearly using him.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
she's in another
dating another
relationship.
person.
Oh.
No, okay, okay. You know what? Understandably, I have a friend who is very good friends with his ex. Right? They didn't break up on the best terms, but they started becoming friends again. That's perfectly fine because he's not spending fucking every day like trying to fucking spend money on her.
Yeah.
Spend money from his parents and whatever. You can be friends with your ex without doing all of that. You know.
I believe if people who are dating become friends, one of them is still into the other.
I can get behind that as well. With that, I agree
I'd
with Hash.
I'd personally.
There's
disagree.
something still there.
I think, okay, of course, there's
I'd
gonna be
personally
like anomalies when they're
Mhm.
not, but I
Yeah.
believe 9 times out of 10 they are into each other. And Lucy, you made a very fair point. If whoever you're dating, male, female, whatever gender they want to be, if they aren't happy eating McDonald's with you on a date, they ain't the one. Do you know what I mean? If they're not happy eating fuck all, they ain't the one. That's the best quote I've ever read.
You know, Lucy.
I don't even know if you
Respect.
meant to write it like that, but I've interpreted it as one of the best things ever.
No, honestly speaking, like, hey, if you lose your job, if you're broke, and you still want to take your girl or your partner out, like,
And
all
they're
you
not
can
happy
afford
with
is
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Exactly. Then
Like
are
they
a
got to
piece
be
of shit.
understanding at that point.
I 100% agree. That's very true. Blowfish Man, you got a compliment saying Blowfish Man is. Oh no, actually no, it's because you got a green highlight around you. Okay, I thought you were saying you're.
I'm
glowing,
going Super Saiyan.
but you're
I'm going-
literally glowing. I see. I thought it was like
It's
you're
kind of cool
glowing.
now I think about it. I like this.
Yeah, it's actually pretty sick.
Yeah.
But everyone, this will actually be towards the end of our Halloween podcast. Obviously, it was in myself, Seven Thugs, and Blowfish Man TV. One thing we're actually doing, if you do enjoy the podcast, is every week on Monday at 7 o'clock UK time, there will be a podcast uploaded. There's already 2. It's on our YouTube called Fakingit, I think. I can't remember what I called it, but it's called something like that.
Faking it.
Yeah,
Faking
Faking it on YouTube, and that's
Yeah.
where they'll be uploaded. Before we do end this podcast, if Blowfish said, if you guys got anything to say about your future streams or something, I don't know.
Sure. Sid, did you want to go first?
I'll stream more. I don't know.
Yeah. I guess I'm streaming tomorrow, 1 p.m. EST, or so it's 6 p.m. your time, I think, guys. You guys want to watch me make a fool out of myself in Yakuza 0? You 100% can. And I'm also streaming
Wait.
on Halloween, 8 p.m. EST, which is like 1 a.m. for you guys. And yeah,
Damn,
and
that's late.
still streaming Fridays.
Wait. Can I redo mine? Lucius remind me. I started doing
Sure.
Dark Souls again.
Oh, did you?
I'm doing Dark Souls with 5 push-ups per death. There's a massive Chad challenge where it's every death you do 1 push-up, and then by the end of Dark Souls, you're gonna be an ultimate Chad. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'll do 5. I'll be an extreme Chad. So I'm gonna have the chest the size of Kim Kardashian's breast implants by the end of Dark Souls.
Let's
But
go.
If you guys want to see my progression, there you go.
One more question, my chunky favorite viewer. Do you guys have the balls to answer that? That's a genuine question.
I
don't.
do.
Really?
do.
Who's your
I think
favorite
I
viewer?
do.
Really? Okay. Who are your favorite
I have
viewers?
like viewer or viewers. That's the
viewer. Favorite viewer.
Fun. Ooh.
You guys have the balls to say that?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, why
good.
not?
Okay.
Okay, Sid, you
Who?
first.
No, Blowfish, you go first.
Sure. Currently, right now, the number one person who currently comes to mind, it's probably Joker Girl, just because she's so fucking funny. You know what I mean?
I see.
She's fucking funny, dude. Like, and like, she here's the thing. A lot of people aren't really down with like some of the dirty jokes I make, but she's like, she has way more than I do, and I'm like, I resonate with this person. This is why this collab happened. You know what I mean? But yeah, what about you, Sid?
Probably Nightbot or Stream Elements. Like,
That's right.
Like they can.
He did you dirty, Blowfish! Blowfish, he fucking did you dirty! He made you say an answer!
No.
That's
I'm
fine.
joking,
I was like-
I'm joking. No, I'm joking. Favorite viewer would probably have to be. I don't know if he's still here, but Sid. Sid 10126. I genuinely. He was one of the first like proper consistent people that came to my streams, and he was always like had positive energy and stuff, and I just really like him. Danilo was the same as well, but they like competing for each other. Yeah.
Interesting. See, I am not answering that question. Okay.
No,
genuinely
that's completely fine.
genuinely though, I don't think I have a favorite. And that sounds very like, oh, he's being fake. I don't think
Yeah.
there is people who stand out to me, but there's many, and there's certain things about certain people
Yeah.
I love. Like for example, everyone roasts me and shit, but there's one person who's never complimented me. Everyone has their roast right, 90%, but 10% they might throw in a little. We actually like you, hash. There's Amashinu, never has that motherfucker in his career, and he watches me daily, ever said one good thing about me, ever, every fucking time, and that shit makes me laugh like crazy. And there's people like Debbie, who they're just interesting because he's a fake doctor, or he says he's one, but who knows. So like I actually like a lot of things about everyone. I'm not even being fake about that. There's a lot of things I like about everyone. But thank you everyone for watching our beautiful Halloween podcast today.
Can I quickly say something?
Yeah, sure.
My friends told me to name drop them on the next podcast. So,
Okay.
Hello Lennox, hello Yo, hello Nathan, hello Samrat, Rajay, you suck. But yeah, thank you very much.
I mean, as long as this makes them watch it. So, thank you everyone for watching us. Sid, Blowfish, if we could do like a little. Done.
I don't know. It's Halloween.
Take care of yourselves, everyone. Tomorrow's my day off, and I'm back on. What's tomorrow? What day is tomorrow?
Wednesday.
Then I'm back on Thursday. Sid will be playing Dark Souls. Blowfish Man will be streaming tomorrow because it's Wednesday. Take care of yourselves, everyone, and we'll see ya soon.
Later.
See you later.